What's up, guys? This is your girl Bernicia. Welcome back to my channel. So I got something new for you guys. This is called What Would You Do? And basically we're going to be reacting to videos that you guys have made popular on social media, okay? So the title of this video is called This Shit Is Crazy. Okay? I intend for this to be a reactionary video that causes us to come together, start conversations on important topics that we all can relate to. So in this first video, a young man is walking in his neighborhood, okay? This is after Hurricane Milton. Everybody has lost their power. So he's basically walking outside, walking around trying to catch a signal, talking to his girlfriend, right? And so a group of white men, they see him walking in the neighborhood and then they start to harass him, okay? So they ask him, they're like, do you live here? Do you have friends that live here? He simply said that he's a part of the neighborhood, okay? He didn't give them a response. He just continued about his day. And these men, they followed him for 10 minutes, okay? And after 10 minutes of following him, one of the guys decided to pull out a gun, okay? This could have potentially ended up in this young man being unalive. But before I get into my thoughts about this and what would I do, I would definitely play the video clip for you guys. So take a look.
The fuck is y'all following? Why, bro? You don't tell me what the fuck I should not and should be. You better watch yourself. The fuck? I don't even want to I can't even be comfortable because look at this shit. Then y'all coming up the block way for people. They trying to walk and shit with their kids. These people out here following me and shit. This ain't weird. Look at the neighborhood creepers. The neighborhood creepers. Damn. What the fuck? This Buddy, look at Buddy. He's still creeping.
Steve. No, Steve.
What the fuck? Hey, that's some weary shit, my boy. Damn. Yeah, they ran this bitch out here creating problems and shit. This shit wild as fuck.
Now, I'm sure you guys are probably thinking, what in the Black Lives Matter? What in this Ahmaud Arbery is this bullshit, okay? Now, before I get into my thoughts, let me just inform you guys that the police was called about this incident. As you can clearly see, that the gentleman who was later identified as Stephen Caraga, however you pronounce this asshole's name, okay, he was later identified, the one that jumped out of the white car and attempted to pull out a gun on this young man, but was stopped by his friend. The police was called, okay, and they reported that no crime was committed.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Shut when you think about it.
Now, if you look up the definition of civil harassment, that's exactly what these men did, okay? Now, it's one thing for them to ask this gentleman a question, okay? But to follow him for 10 minutes, not one, not two, but a group of men followed him for 10 minutes. And then for one to become angered to the point where he attempted to pull out a gun on this young man, that was harassment, okay? If at the very least, his life was threatened, okay? So the police did, of course, nothing. I guess the fact that this young man was still alive and he wasn't lynched or cut up or killed him being harassed wasn't good enough, okay? Harassed in his own neighborhood, mind you. Now, some people could say he was being a smart ass. He could have just answered the question and told him that he lived there.
Bitch.
Such and such, such and such. But at the same time, it's like, if someone walking past my house, right? If them bit, long as the motherfuckers ain't circling my house or coming up on my property, I could care less what that individual is doing with the time of their day, okay? So the fact that these men felt the need to not only not mind their business, they felt the need to follow this young man, okay? Now, if he told them that he lived in that neighborhood, that should have been sufficient enough. And I seen some of the comments, and it's outrageous how some people would try to justify this bullshit, but let it have been one of your kids being followed and harassed by a group of individuals. Better yet, let it have been a white kid being followed by a bunch of black men. Somebody would have called the police. I would have called the motherfucking police. Okay, I would have been caring all day. I would have called the police. I would have started screaming. I would have made a big spectacle, and I would have called the police. Okay? I don't know what y'all would have did, but I would have showed my natural black ass. Because, bitch, if I live in this neighborhood, I have a right to walk around this motherfucker. And even if I didn't live in the neighborhood, if I was not doing anything to you and I was simply walking in the middle of the day, minding my own goddamn business, what I'm doing, where I'm going to doesn't concern you. I'm sure hundreds of people have walked past your motherfucking house. Do you stop each and every one that you don't know and ask them, hey, why are you in this neighborhood? Bitch, what is you? The neighborhood Paw Patrol? I would have showed my black ass. But you know what? I believe what this young man did was the safest thing to do, which was to ignore them and continue to walk. You can clearly tell that he was highly uncomfortable being followed by these gentlemen. And the fact that somebody got that pissed off to where, because this boy wasn't answering their question, to go grab a motherfucking gun and attempt to pull a gun out on him, you cowardly motherfucker. Because you had to know that this young man was already under threat. He was clearly outnumbered by bodies. But you go grab a fucking gun, you pussy. Doesn't make any sense. Simply doesn't make any sense. Things like this should not be allowed to happen. And because this young man still had his life, the police said, okay, well, fuck it. There's no crime that was committed. No, sir, there was a crime that was committed. Them motherfuckers harassed him, okay? And had it been the other way around, he would have most definitely caught a harassment charge, okay? So, let's move on, child. The world is tragic as we all know it, but what would you have done? In that situation, what would you have done? In this next video, a young lady is on live having a breakdown because she just got fired from her job, okay? The reason she got fired is because her and a few of her coworkers started a group chat, okay? They started a group chat about the job, and apparently the shit they said on the group chat was so bad to where once the group chat was discovered, all of their asses got fired. Okay? But I want you to hear it from the horse's mouth. Take a look at this video.
Fucking PSA. If you work for corporate, don't make a chat inside of the fucking office, which we didn't. But don't trust any bitch that you make a chat with, girl, because I just got fired. From like a bitch got 6 of us fired, girl. Group chat, venting, being ourselves outside of work chat, and she took it to HR. They suspended us on Tuesday, and right now I just got a call that I'm fired. I literally just started this fucking job, bro. So this is just a friendly reminder. Don't trust any bitch. Also, don't. They found out about the chat and then they told us about it. And then after they told us about it, she removed herself from the chat and she messaged us separately saying, guys, it wasn't me, okay? Para que no piensen que fui yo. Then later on, we all got suspended, and we realized that she wasn't the one that was got suspended with us, and then we put two and two together, and then when I was messaging her, and then she admitted it, yeah. Just don't trust anybody.
Now, I don't know the context of the conversation. She didn't say that much, but I'm assuming that whatever the fuck was said was pretty damn bad, okay? Here's the thing, and this is a lesson for a lot of you folks out there, because I get it. Most of us, especially if you work a 9 to 5, you spend most of your time at work, okay? And I get it, some people don't have lives outside of work, so they get close to the people that they work with. That's fine. But common sense should tell you that if you're going to talk your shit, please don't let it be in print, okay? Where a bitch could go back and say, oh, such and such said exactly these words. No. You always want to give yourself some plausible deniability, okay? The fact that she got on a group chat with random people at a job that she just started, which means you barely know them bitches, okay? You just started at the job and you are already up there trying to stir up shit. See, the boss wasn't wrong. If I was the boss, I would have fired your ass like a motherfucker. Because, bitch, first of all, why is you just got here, bitch. You being messy. You being messy, you just got here. So what? I don't give a fuck what's going on at the job, bitch. You haven't even got here and earned your stripes and you already starting shit. You got to go. Bitch, you the common denominator. You got to go. Okay, I would have fired her ass because, bitch, if you ain't did your 90 days yet, you don't have a right to complain about shit, bitch. Just be glad you got a job. It's a lot of motherfuckers out here need a job. And we hired you. But you want to sit here and talk shit about a job that you barely do because you barely been here. Because you just got here. Damn. Well, only thing I can say is, if I was sis, I wouldn't even got involved in the bullshit in the first place, bitch. I would have sat back and sipped my motherfucking tea and figured out what was going on, and so I could know how to maneuver around the job, okay? But one thing I wouldn't have done was got my ass involved in any type of group chat, okay? Any work group chat is definitely messy, okay, bitch? If we need to have a meeting, let's have a fucking group in-person meeting or a Zoom meeting when it comes to the job. If it's not professional, if it's not the boss orchestrating the meeting, bitch, I don't want to be a part of it, okay? So, if you ask me, she got her just dues, and all I can say, in the words of Dave Chappelle, bitch.
Tough break, nigga.
All right, so this next video, a young lady is flashing money on the live. Look like she got like a stack of money, okay? So she's flashing the money or whatever, popping a big one, and then her dad busts into the room. Her dad busts in the room, and he's like, where you get all that money from? So she tells him that the money came from dancing. And then them two get into a verbal altercation about the situation, at which he told her that her and her baby got to leave. Okay? So before I get into my thoughts, go ahead and take a look at this video.
Period. Been saving the business. What?
What you doing?
Dad, why are you busting in my room like that?
Where you get all that money from? Where you been at all night? Huh?
I dance.
You dance?
Yes,
what
I
kind of
dance.
You forward?
No.
Huh?
Stop trying to be funny. You always trying to be funny.
So
No,
you
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Go.
It doesn't matter. I'm taking care of my son, right? Don't nobody in this house help me. But don't nobody in this house help me take care of him.
You only 18. You exposing yourself for money. Why
So
don't you go get a job
I
and make dollars or
graduated.
something?
I graduated because this money
like
comes
the rest of these
fast.
little
Do you know
nasty
how
little
fast
girls
I made this money? I made this money in 2 months. I made this money in 2 months. You talking about McDonald's? Okay, it doesn't matter. I've been helping you pay the bills, right? You want help paying the bills or
I'm
not?
not raising no kids.
I've been helping you pay the bills, saving for my apartment, getting my own car. I've been doing everything by myself. Why does it matter?
You exposing yourself for, come on now, for money? Really, daughter? That's what we doing?
Do
For
you
money?
see? I'm not exposing myself for money. I'm exposing myself so my baby can have a better life. It's not for money. It's so my baby can have a better life. Like, what the fuck? Okay, so what?
But you can't do it in my house.
So I gotta leave?
Yes,
Okay, so then
you and that baby gotta go.
So then you gonna have, okay, you gonna be back in the same predicament you was. As soon as I leave, you gonna be back in the same predicament you was.
I don't respect that.
I'll just say this. I don't agree with her daddy throwing her out, okay? Well, shit, not necessarily her throwing the baby out. He could kick her ass out. If you want to go out there and live the life you want to live your life, do your thing.
Bitch.
If you're going to be a hoe, go out there and be a good hoe. Okay? But I think he should have allowed the child to stay. Now, I get it. He's upset. He's disappointed at her career choice. But goddamn, to suggest that she go work at McDonald's of all places. Yeah, like, here's the thing. A lot of these young girls feel like taking off their clothes, doing OnlyFans, doing little things like that is a quick bag. It's easy money. And it may be quick and easy and all of that. But there's other ways to provide for your little ones, ladies. You don't always have to go to stripping it off, taking it off. You know what I'm saying? If you're blessed with it, the body and the looks to do so, yeah, it might be a route for you. But there are other options, okay? That is not the end all be all. Some bitches just ain't got it in them to hustle and grind the legit way. Some people want, it's easy to go and take off your clothes and strip and bend it over, bust it wide open. What's difficult is holding down a real motherfucking job. Clocking in, clocking out. Dealing with people. Having to be in high stress situation. That's difficult. And a lot of people ain't got it in them to maintain a regular job. It is what it is. Okay? So I'm not going to sit up here and judge her for doing what she do and making her money. However, if you are living in your daddy's house, then you got to follow the rules that your daddy have. Point blank, period. Now, if you was doing so well and making so much money out there dancing and stripping and doing your thing, then you go get your own motherfucking apartment and you can come and go and do as you please. But while you are under your father's roof, you have to abide by his rules. I don't give a fuck if he right, wrong, or indifferent. It's his shit. Okay? So...
Bitch.
The part where she was saying, oh, you'll be back in the same situation that you was in before I got here, he may have needed help. So from what I gather, he may have had, some little issues with the bills, and maybe it was a mutual arrangement. Hey, you need a place to stay so you can come here, you and the baby. You know what I'm saying? You help with these bills and this, that, and the third. But bitch, your daddy don't took care of your whole motherfucking life, bitch. He did his due diligence. He don't owe you a motherfuck thing. Okay? And if you gonna go live with anybody, I don't care if they were your daddy or not, you still have to contribute to the household. Ain't no motherfucker gonna let a grown person sit and lay up in their shit and not contribute. So that's just the way it is with life. You know what I'm saying? You gotta contribute where you go. You ain't fucking helping your daddy. He helping you ultimately. Because if you wasn't there, he would still have his motherfucking place. He don't necessarily need you. You being there probably helps, but he don't necessarily need you. Obviously, you in a more needy situation. Because he kick you and your baby out, where the fuck you gonna go? You don't have an apartment. You don't have an option. Now, with that being said, I'm not going to knock this young lady because I get it. Some females feel like it's easier to do what they got to do. Some females feel like it's easier to get out there and take off their clothes and pop their pussy. Everybody can't maintain a regular 9-to-5 job. I'm just saying. Everybody can't abide by rules. Everybody can't make it to work on time. Everybody can't deal with customers. So some people have unorthodox talents and they can go and get money another means. They don't necessarily have to go work a regular job. I'm not mad at her for doing what she got to do. But if you're going to be in your motherfucking parents' house, you just going to abide by their motherfucking rules. And that's point blank, period. And
Tough break, nigga.
simple. Now, with that being said, if I was her and her daddy bust through that womb and went to talking shit about that money and where it came from, I would have simply broke his ass a couple of beans out that stack. I would have surely did, shoulda, woulda. I would have ripped off a few beans and say, here, Dad. This for the grocery, this for the rent, this for the lights, this for such or such. Watch how fast his motherfucking tone would have changed. See, bitches don't have no sense. You gonna do what you gonna have to do, but be smart about it. If you gonna be a hoe, be a good hoe. Okay? Be the best that there is. Be smart about it. Money move motherfucking mountains. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Bitch can sit there and talk all that shit, but money talk bullshit. Wow. Soon as she would have broke off some of that money off that stack and gave it to her daddy, he would have shot the fuck up. He would have been like, well, baby, just be careful. I love you. Be careful. And he would have been out the motherfucking room with his motherfucking money. Next time you would have seen her daddy, he would have been coming home from Walmart with all these kind of groceries and shit. Okay, he wouldn't have gave it too much of a thought, because at the end of the day, he would have seen that there is some production out of that shit. Trust me, if she would have tried that shit other than sitting up there talking shit, how you gonna talk shit to the motherfucking house you stay in? Talk about how if she leave, he gonna be back in the same situation. No, bitch, if you leave, you gonna be back in the same situation. You gonna be back homeless. Because evidently, you didn't have a place to go. If you had a place to go, trust me, you wouldn't. If I had a place to go, the last option would be back at my parents' shit so they can be all in my motherfucking business. Bitch, if you had another option, you would have been out there maintaining a regular household on your own. Rent, light bill, water bill, all these extra shit. But if you break your daddy off enough motherfucking money, he'll shut the fuck up and get off your back long enough for you to continue to save to get your own shit. Just have some motherfucking sense. I ain't for to sit up here and knock a bitch for doing what they do. It is what it is. I don't feel like scripting and selling pussy and OnlyFans and all this other bullshit. I don't feel like that's the only option. But I do recognize the fact that, bitch, sometimes you are just backed into a corner and you got to do what works for you. And it is what it is. But I guarantee if that bitch would have kicked out some motherfucking money, her daddy would have been on his motherfucking way. She wouldn't have heard a motherfucking peep out of him. I see people in the comments talk about, oh, that's a good daddy. He just want the best for his daughter. He ain't raise her like that. Evidently, he ain't do too much motherfucking raising, because if she 18 and she feel like that's the option for her, if she 18 and she don't found her way to that sort of lifestyle, then evidently, I won't say he's a bad parent, but I won't say he provided it all. It is what it is. It is what it is. So for him to sit up there and judge her because he ain't do enough for her to where she would have to go, she wouldn't have to worry about money funds, and at her 18-year-old age, she could be somewhere in college. If he didn't provide that type of path for her, then he can't judge her for how she chose to live her life as an adult. It is what it is. And it ain't what it ain't. So with that being said, folks, I hope you guys enjoyed these video clips. Let's get a conversation started, okay? Some of this shit need to be talked about. And by the way, y'all made these videos viral, okay? Every last one of these videos I have displayed to you guys have over 1 million views on social medias via TikTok, Instagram, wherever. Okay, so you guys have clearly made it viral. Let's get a conversation started. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. Welcome to the family. I love you. I love all y'all. Okay. Also, hit the notification bell. Hit the like button. Hit that. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell so y'all know when I drop a new video. Okay. I would try to be more consistent with these things. But with that being said, I'm out, folks. Deuces.